Hey guys, how you going? This is BillyEatWorld again. Thanks for stopping by, and just remember, if you like what you see, don't forget to hit that like button. Also, feel free to take a look at some of my other Battlefield videos if you like. You can find them all in a playlist in the description down below. But anyway, in today's video, I just want to quickly take a look at something that I don't think anyone else has covered on YouTube yet. And that's the fact that when you look at the cover photo of Battlefield 1, you can clearly see an African-American soldier holding a German Mauser C96. This was actually something that stood out to me as soon as I saw it, especially when I realised he's also got a Bergmann MP18 on his hip. And so that got me thinking, maybe this is a clue about the plot of the campaign, because I don't really think DICE would just put a US soldier with German weapons on the cover for no reason. So who is this soldier anyway? Well, I don't think anyone's actually been able to confirm his identity, but most people are assuming that he's going to be a main character. And that's because if you order the collector's edition, you'll notice he's all over the packaging, and as you can see, they even made him into a statue. Another thing that a lot of people are also assuming is that he's a member of the Harlem Hellfighters, who were an all-black US unit that served on the Western Front during World War I. And the reason we've come to that conclusion is that with the deluxe edition of the game, you get what DICE are calling the Harlem Hellfighters pack, so obviously there's got to be some significance there. So the question is, why is this guy using German weapons, and what does that tell us about who he actually is? Well, if you do a quick Google search, you'll see that some people think he could be a turncoat who's a band in the US Army, some people think he might be a spy, and some people even are saying that he could be a German soldier. The problem with these theories, though, is that they don't really make sense because, well, if you take a look at that statue again, he's clearly wearing a US uniform. And so I've thought about it for quite a while and I've come up with my own theory, and well, if I'm right, the answer is probably a bit simpler than you might think. My theory is that the biggest clue comes from the fact that, along with the Harlem Hellfighters pack, in the deluxe edition you also get the Lawrence of Arabia pack and the Red Baron pack. And if you know anything about World War I history, you know that both of these guys are almost legendary, which makes you think maybe our mystery soldier is as well. So bearing that in mind, I did a bit of research, and as it turns out, the Hellfighters had two Medal of Honor recipients in World War I, Privates Henry Johnson and Needham Roberts. And here's where it ties in with the cover, because they received this award in May 1918 for fighting off an entire German patrol on their own, even after they'd run out of ammo. Now, I think on its own, this heroic stand against vastly superior numbers is legendary enough, but it's even more extraordinary when you put it into context, because you've got to bear in mind that winning a Medal of Honor is hard enough, even before you take into consideration that it was 1918, and these guys were black. In fact, when you read up on the Harlem Hellfighters, the underlying theme is always how hard they fought not just for their country, but for the rights of all black Americans. And it's often said that it was the actions of the Hellfighters during the war that eventually paved the way for future black American soldiers. So bearing that in mind, I don't think it's a coincidence that the unit is going to be part of the game, and I don't think DICE would ignore this part of their history. And what better way to highlight the struggles the Hellfighters had to face on the front and at home than to focus the campaign on the actions of these two heroes? As for which of these guys could actually be our mystery soldier, well, it's hard to say, but if I had to guess, I'd probably say Henry Johnson. And that's because not only was he the more highly decorated, it's even said the Germans gave him the nickname the Black Death, which ties in well with Lawrence of Arabia and the Red Baron, doesn't it? But anyway, guys, that's just something to think about, so let me know what you think of my theory in the comment section below, and as always, if you like what you see, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Also, check out the links in the description below if you want to see any more of my videos, or if you want to support my channel on Patreon. And until next time, see you later, and have a good one.